Cool. Are we live? Stream is
We're
live. I
live.
see.
We are live.
It's good to see you, man. I haven't seen
Good
you
seeing you, man.
in a hot minute because
Yeah,
we
it's been a while.
we did
So
a live stream like you know what was it back in January? Because
yeah,
before that we had just had our podcast that we did every single freaking weekend and no one
yeah,
watched.
I know. Well, yeah, we did the Poke Table podcast, which I was a big fan of our episodes. I thought we did like a pretty good job.
Yeah, no,
We did that every week. I think we got up to I don't know, like past 15 episodes, something like that. Well,
I
before
think it
we
was more than
finally were
that.
like, okay,
We almost hit 20, I think.
almost at 20, yeah.
Yeah.
And
20
yeah, I
freaking
think
weeks. That's a
every week,
lot.
man. We were on a grind every single week, like clockwork, where we did a video every week. But yeah, ultimately, it just I think we both finally were like, okay, let's just grow our own channels for a while, and then maybe we'll revisit. You know what I mean?
Because at the time, neither of us were doing YouTube. Like
Right.
we were
Yeah.
both just on the short form grind. Versus like now we've been on YouTube, we're doing Instagram, we even did some live selling. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But
That's a good one.
it's been busy.
Yeah,
I'll
super
say
busy.
that.
And hats off to you, man. You've continued to do a video every day on Instagram.
I want to hit
Crazy.
a
You're about
year.
to hit a year.
I want to hit a year. So
Yeah. How far away? You're like 2 months away from
2
a
months
year?
away. Yeah, May 18th.
God.
It's counting down, man.
Have you ever gotten close to not doing one?
Surely.
Has it ever even been close? Yeah.
Surely, yeah.
I mean, did you do some of it like at night at like last minute? Has that ever happened? Like where
I
you
don't
did?
think it's been like that as much as
Nothing
it
that
has
bad.
been like, do I want to do it today?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like there's been times when like, I knew this. I know this one time, and it was actually a time where I messed something up, and I got a ton of people in the comments giving me a bunch of hate about it.
Yeah.
But like I was going to hang out with some friends on a Saturday night, and I hadn't posted. I don't even think I had filmed. And it was like 6 p.m. and like I got a message saying, "Hey, come hang out, come grab drinks, whatever."
Mhm.
And it's like it's a Saturday evening. I don't
Mhm.
know if there's not a 0% chance that I come back after midnight.
Yeah.
Um, and so like that was one day where I was like, all right, I got to put something together. So it's more along those lines. I don't think I've ever been
Not
able to
super close.
not cutting it close. No,
Yeah. That
just
just
like
speaks to your
mentally,
discipline.
do I do this?
Yeah, that really speaks to your discipline, man.
I
So
mean,
hats off to you, dude.
the watch my last video. It's all about the systems, man. Like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
systems that like, that worked for me. Like, I mean, again, preaching it goes back to like, our podcast where we talk about it all the freaking time. Like,
Yeah.
doing the work up front is so important because you gain the skills and experience. And it's like once you do that and you have the muscle memory down, like it's just a matter of planning and it just becomes so much easier.
Once it becomes habit, it's a lot easier.
100%. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it, but in all honesty, it feels like a business as usual kind of thing.
Yeah, like second nature almost now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the beginning, was it tough to like the first like the 30-day challenge where all this kind of started? Did that was that tough towards like after the first few days of making a reel a day? Did it get any harder, or did it actually get easier?
Well, it probably got harder, but I was
Yeah.
so excited to be learning about content creation and short form and hooks, and like I was in the weeds. I was having so much fun just learning about content creation. And so I'm sure it was harder. But I just also remember at the time I was so enthralled in this that it was like everything. And unhealthy But
Mhm.
at the time, it was good.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting how those two things come hand in hand sometimes. Where in order to be
Yeah, dude.
successful, sometimes you really have to kind of go on the edge.
Oh, I
Like
know. I like
that
that
crazy amount of
speaks
hours.
to speaks to what a Pokemon business is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
So
Um,
the last time we talked was around, I think, January or so, and
yeah,
there was kind of
mid-January.
a little bit of a dip happening, particularly with Phantasmal Flames, and then there were
Yeah,
some other sets too, where it was dipping a little bit, and there were a lot of people wondering, like, okay, like, is this the start of a reset?
right.
Well, now you have like Ascended Heroes that just released,
Yeah,
a few weeks ago, and ETBs are like $120. They're double MSRP.
right.
Phantasmal Flames ETBs are almost $100.
Yep.
Uh, the Charizard UPCs that everyone talked a lot of crap about, they're
Because
almost 200 bucks.
they printed a bajillion of them, right?
They printed
So
a
there was no
crap ton.
reason to be worried about price going up.
Yeah, like they printed somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 million of them.
Yeah.
3 million UPCs. And keep in mind, Phantasmal Flames just came out, what, this past November? I think is when
Yeah.
it came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, mid-November. November 14th.
Yeah, November 14th. So yeah, and now we're like prices are just going crazy now. Like
Yeah.
Prismatic Evolutions ETBs are almost $200.
Dude, Japanese is
Japanese is
taking off
going
like
up.
a rocket. Every like
Glory of Team Rocket booster boxes, the Destined Rivals
yeah,
equivalent. Last time I checked, they're coming up on $150 a box.
dude, it's
Isn't that
crazy.
crazy? Like,
Like,
what the heck is happening, man?
well, also Black Bolt and White Flare, man. Like
Yeah,
when they
Black
released,
Bolt.
I recall Black Bolt, White Flare were right around like 100 and $110 a box.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
White Flare tanked, over the course of the next couple of months. It got down all the way to
Yeah,
like $78 on TCG Player. It's now
yeah.
at like $118, at least when I checked like a week ago. Like, that's crazy for a set that you
Everything
could
is
have
going up,
gotten.
dude.
Yeah, because at the time when it hit 78, you had Inferno X and you had Mega Dream that were like 130, 140. So like White Flare was half of that.
Yeah,
And now it's $120. It's
yeah.
bananas. I don't
Everything is going crazy.
it's yeah. It's weird though because we now have
Yeah,
a brand new Japanese set that
yeah,
releases. I mean, it might have already released. It releases technically in Japan, today,
yeah,
Friday. Those prices are a lot closer to like Nile Zero that released back in January.
yes.
Um,
Isn't that interesting?
I don't even recall. Do you remember what Nile Zero released at?
It released at something like, well, it depends on what day. So if you got it at release, it was still kind of expensive. It was still
Mhm.
like, to make a profit, you still had to sell it at like $100 a box if you got it on release day. But
Yeah.
if you got it like a couple days after release, which is what stores typically do, it sank like a rock. I don't remember
Yeah.
the exact price, but it was definitely sub 90. I want to say in the mid 80s
Yeah.
maybe.
It's interesting, man. Because right
Yeah,
now, at least the prices that I committed to, like my boxes are right around 105.
yeah,
They will definitely drop, I believe, over the next couple weeks. It'll be interesting to see how
mhm,
far they drop. Like,
yeah,
do they get as low as Nile Zero, which I believe is like $70 right now a box ish? You
yeah.
know, um,
Super cheap.
super cheap.
Yeah,
I don't know. Have you seen the secret rares?
for Ninja Spinner.
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you think of them?
I like them, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like a lot of them. I like a lot of them. I would have loved to have seen a Deoxys secret rare.
Oh, dude, a Deoxys
That
rare
would
would
have
be
been
nuts.
sick. I do think that like there are a couple that are kind of going along with the Mega Greninja, but
Yeah.
what do you think is the top shapes besides the gold and SAR Greninjas?
I mean,
Hard to say, right?
it's hard to say because, like, I'm not like I go off of how cool a card is. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Mega Zygarde from Nile Zero is a badass card. I
Yeah.
think
Oh yeah.
I
Same.
think that's the coolest card in the entire set. But I think it's like third or fourth in the SAR out of 6. So like,
Mhm.
uh
Yeah.
don't, look at me to judge how valuable a card will be on release. I like
Yeah.
the Mega Dragalga, like the
Mhm.
dragon
Yeah. Yeah.
horsey
Yeah.
looking thing. I think that one looks so cool. Like
Yeah. It looks
the
pretty
art
cool.
style of it, the colors, I just think it looks badass.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
I like it. I do think that the SARs in particular, like besides the Greninjas, there's not a whole lot of fan favorites in the
No,
set.
it's very,
Um,
very not.
although the artwork looks cool, but I'm concerned about like I was really hoping for a Deoxys. There is an
Yeah.
AR Ampharos, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
I would have loved to have seen like an SAR Ampharos though. Uh,
Yeah.
that's what I think is missing more than anything is the some of the fan favorites.
I mean,
Um,
they didn't really play into nostalgia with it, and it
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense because they didn't do any of that with Nile Zero. I mean, it's just like,
yeah, true.
this is for Legends EA, which is a brand
Yeah,
new game, which has brand new mega evolutions that, like it's not just some random spin off like Pokopia, like that,
right.
it's a cool new game, but every Pokemon's the same. Versus Legends has new Pokemon that they really have to try and market. Um, so I think we're lucky we got Mega Greninja in this set. With
Yeah,
like all the other Pokemon that they could have chosen.
yeah. I mean,
But
Mega
yeah,
Greninja is definitely a huge fan favorite for sure. I mean, I think the Greninja and Twilight Masquerade too. I think that's going to go absolutely bananas
yeah.
when Twilight Masquerade goes out of print, which is this towards the end of this year. Is when Twilight Masquerade goes completely out of print.
Do you want to talk about stuff going out of print? Because that's like the boom right now. I
Yeah,
know you're talking about Boom 2.0.
yeah,
And a
crazy.
lot of it just comes down to things are not going to be available anymore.
Yeah,
And people
and the
now
writing's on the wall.
freaking realizing that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like sets like Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, they're going through the roof, man. Like Surging Sparks, if you go on look at the graphs at TCG Player, they held at
oh
like
yeah,
$65 to
they were there
$70
for a
for a
while.
month. They're there for a while. Like they were there for months. Now it's going bananas. It's like I think it's nearing $90 in ETB now, something like that for Surging
Jeez.
Spark. I don't know what Twilight Masquerade is. I think it's past 70 for Twilight Masquerade, but they're going crazy. And everybody knows that Pokemon doesn't go back and do reprints for sets older than older than 2 years. They typically don't do reprints. I would have
Dude,
actually have loved to have seen Pokemon do more reprints of Paldean Fates and 151 before they went out of print, but
I
they
mean,
didn't.
like, yeah, I mean, I wish too.
It's
Like,
it's close. It seems like it's closer, more like 18 months. I mean, we may not ever see another reprint of Surging Sparks or Twilight Masquerade from now until they go completely out of print. They may
I
not
mean,
happen.
yeah, it's weird. Like, when was the last time you saw a Temporal Forces reprint?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's right before Twilight Masquerade.
Temporal Forces is a weird one. Actually, I have a video coming out. We're passing the 2 year mark this month
Yeah.
for Temporal Forces.
And what is it?
And
2 months or 2 years and how many months before like it's technically like out of print?
usually, usually Pokemon won't do reprints of anything older than 2 years.
Mm,
So like 151 passed its 2 year mark in September. That's completely done. Paldean Fates was this past January. That's
sure.
probably completely done. Um, and so on. So yeah, Temporal Forces. I think that's definitely a sleeper set. Um, the legendary dogs are super popular. Even though not a huge fan of Raging Bolt in particular.
I like
Um,
it. I mean, I think they're
yeah,
interesting cards.
yeah, for sure.
Like
Paradox Rift is another one I think that's really interesting, and that one that just went out of print. I think that's the big sleeper. It's Paradox Rift. People
Yeah.
start realizing, oh wait, it's got a Groudon, it's got the Roaring Moon, the Steelix IR, like it's got some awesome cards.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like. I think. I think we're gonna get into a point where it's like, and like, you know, Paradox Rift and I think Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces are both around 250, 270 a booster
Yeah.
box. Those are gonna hit 300. I think that they
Oh
will.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
by the end of the year.
What's interesting though is like, so it's a pretty common knowledge in the community that English is going bananas right now, where if
Yeah.
you buy English at MSRP, it's going to go up. Like it's gonna, it's just a matter of time. But what's really been interesting to me is see Japanese go up. And
Dude.
to me, I think Mega Dream is a freaking steal. I mean, you can get Mega Dream boxes for $90 each. That's
It's
gonna
weird.
that's gonna that's gonna go nuts. That price is gonna go nuts here in a few months.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to see, like, I mean, so I recently restocked within the past like month or two a lot of Japanese boxes.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just curious. How much money are you dropping per restock now? Just curious.
So it was a little bit different when I was doing when I was, in the thick of live selling back in January. Like I was restocking like, 5 to 10 grand
Mhm.
per week. It's not as much anymore. It's interesting. Like
Mhm.
February has definitely, or no, March definitely slowed all the other Japanese boxes. And I
Okay.
think a lot of it has to do with just the price.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I recently restocked, and the Japanese version of Temporal Forces, it's like I'm selling it for like $80 to $90 a box, which is the same price that I'm selling Mega Dream for. That
Yeah.
feels weird to me. Just like my
Yeah.
point is, Japanese right now is on a whole other level, and I don't know if people are realizing it.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's crazy right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, there are sets right now that I think are a steal. Like Mega Dream, I think Ninja Spinner is going to be a steal. It's like it's $100 at release is about what it's going to be. It looks like.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's going to go crazy here in a few months. Heat Wave Arena is another one that's knocking on. There are tons of cool cards in Heat Wave. Like Ethan's Typhlosion.
Misty's Psyduck.
Misty Psyduck. Yeah. Cynthia's
Cynthia's
Garchomp.
Garchomp. Ethan's
Yeah.
Ho-Oh. Oh yeah. Like all of
Ethan's
the
Ho-Oh,
other
yeah.
cards that people love about Destined Rivals is not in Team Rocket. It's in
Right.
Heatwave.
Right, exactly. A lot of the sought after cards are in Heatwave. So that's a steal waiting to happen. It's just crazy, man, to see prices like not only have we seen we're obviously not heading for a reset anytime soon, but they've got even crazier than what we've seen in November, December, January. At least then, like, it seemed like there was a little bit of time before, between release and, from when they just went completely out of control, right? But now ETBs are instantly double MSRP, like instantly.
I
$120.
mean, what do you think of Ascended Heroes? Like, what's your take on Ascended Heroes right now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and by the end of the year?
I think it's Prismatic on steroids. I really do. I think there are so many fan favorite Pokemon in that set. We haven't seen a secret rare Dragonite since Evolving Skies. I know it's Mega Dragonite, but still.
Yeah.
There's so many secret rares, and it's a special set, so you can't get that many packs all at once anywhere.
Now,
right? The most amount of packs you can get is with an ETB. So the secret rares are hard to pull, just like in prismatic evolutions. Tons of fan favorites.
I'm on board with you with the quality of the set.
Yeah,
What do you think about the printing? Like, we don't know what, like, people love to say that Prismatic Evolutions wasn't printed enough. I don't know what else to tell you other than, like, Pokemon tried their darn hardest.
Everything they could. Yeah, they released tons of prismatic from, they did
how many
with Costco and Sam's Club.
Right.
Too.
How many big box, combos did they make out of it? Like, so many.
Dude, a ton. Well, think of all the prismatic products there are. There's ETB.
I have bigger collections.
There's bigger collections. There's the SPC. There's the pouch.
Posters,
there's a surprise box. Yeah, there's the poster. There's the binder. And the list goes on and on. Like, there's tons of
pouch thing. Like,
yeah, the EV pouch. Yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on. And yeah, they literally cannot print enough of it.
So, like, that's what Prismatic was.
Yeah.
What we are at least aware of is that Pokemon is expanding their printing capacity with the Millennium Print Group leases.
Yeah.
And we know that they are expanding, like, I want to say it was like 400,000 square feet this year, like immediately. And then the other 800 to 900,000 square feet is going to be going online in 2027.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, I guess my question is, do you think that that is enough to quench the demand for Ascended Heroes so that Ascended Heroes gets closer to, like, because right now it's like 110. Like, the prices are going up and down with the ETBs. I think last week they were down to like 105. The other day they were up to like 114, 115. Like, do you think it gets, $90, $80? Like, do you think that happens over the next year?
I think once here's the trick though. The facility isn't going to be up and running until 2027. And then who knows how much longer after that before the product they print will actually make a difference. Ascended Heroes might be too old by then. So we're talking, Ascended Heroes releasing early 2026. That printing facility might not be up and running until mid, where like they're actually printing product, right? Towards late 2027, early 2028.
So you think that Ascended Heroes? Do you think this is it? Like, do you think it? Okay, yeah.
I think we're in the golden era. I really do. I think we're in the golden era right now and the last year of Pokemon card sets. So Prismatic, Phantasmal, Mega, Ascended Heroes. Surging Sparks is still in there, and so on. Yeah. I think we're in the golden era because it's 100% obvious that Pokemon can't print enough to meet demand right now. Like, they don't have the ability to meet demand. Product is scarce, and once that printing facility goes up and running in 2028 and they start printing enough to meet demand, I think that product, although I don't think Pokemon's going to shoot themselves in the foot, I do think it's going to be less valuable than the sets are now, where there isn't enough product to go around. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think, you can't buy enough Prismatic right now. If you find it at, anywhere near MSRP, buy it. Same thing with any set. Even with the
ETBs, I think like 190.
Yeah, seems crazy, but I still think it's better to buy it now. Yeah, it's gonna go up, man. It's gonna go up. Like those EV evolutions, man. The Umbreon in particular, like people go nuts over it, man. People are gonna buy it. So yeah, I really do think we're in the golden era of Pokemon cards. And there's an argument, by the way, to be made. This is another sleeper set, Journey Together. You actually turned me on to it the other day when we were talking offline, where there are actually some pretty cool cards in Journey Together. You got the Whale Lord, you got the Articuno, you got the
the Salamence. You have
the Salamence. That's the one. The Salamence is an SAR, by the way.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, I know. And and is like, I mean, and the top chase is Lily's Clefairy. Like, whether you like it or not, like Lily is a pretty big fan favorite.
Yeah.
It's a cute card. Like, that's going to be a good one. Yeah. I mean, I think Journey Together, like, oh man, Journey Together came out at the end of January in 2025, I believe. Maybe it was February. I forget when.
Yeah.
Is that right? I don't know. Anyways,
I want to say it was March or April, but yeah.
Okay, March or April. Journey Together around November time is going to be a lot more, I think, than what it is now. Because we'll be approaching 2 years, which is crazy to say. Because I feel like Journey Together just came out.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Dude, time's flying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. The market's nuts right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, though? Same question. What do you think once this new printing facility goes up and running? In 2027, 2028. How do you think the market's going to change with how it is now?
I mean, I think it depends. Like, I mean, if we truly don't get meaningful Ascended Heroes reprints, which I agree with you is, Prismatic 2.0, I think it has the same sort of legs, if not more, to go even higher than Prismatic. So if we don't have any meaningful reprints to bring that cost down, Ascended Hero is going to go through the roof. However, Nile Zero. Well, okay. So Perfect Order, Chaos Rising. I don't think that they will be as popular as the sets that we've recently had. Definitely not Ascended Heroes, not Phantasmal Flames, with the Charizard. The Charizard's carrying even more than I thought it would.
Charizard's going nuts. Yeah, it's going crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. The Mega Evolution set, I think, is interesting because it's the start of a new block. We got a ton of SARs in that set. Like, that's a good set, in my opinion.
It's a good set. It's another one that I think is undervalued.
Yeah. Anyways, so like we can go back a long time, and Perfect Order and Chaos Rising are both very much weaker.
And they're smaller too.
And they're much smaller. So like, I don't know, like if Pokemon, like the Mega Rayquaza set, I think it will be really cool. Pokemon could screw it up. And, and my point is like, if Pokemon opens up these new printing facilities and the sets are not up to par with what this boom cycle has come to expect, I mean, that's, I think, where our market becomes bearish. So, like, I don't know. It's just you really have to come and appreciate like how many strong sets Pokemon came out with in 2025.
Honestly, right in a row, almost.
In a row. I mean, there was not a single one. Like Journey Together, okay, fine. It's like a C+ set, maybe.
Yeah.
You might even be able to argue it's a B set, but like, there was no stinker in the year. Like,
just look at this lineup. You got Surging Sparks, Prismatic Evolutions, Skip Journey Together, and then you got Destined Rivals, White Flare, Black Bolt, Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames.
Well, and it's
so
like,
what is that? 5 out of 6 sets in a row?
You could even go further back, man. Like Stellar Crown. Like it's a $300 booster box right now because of the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur. Like, like it's just it really is. I think Scarlet and Violet at the time, like I think Nostalgianomics made a recent video about how he thinks that Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are going to surpass Sword and Shield, and it's like I don't think it's a crazy take, simply
I
because
don't. Yeah.
if your argument is simply age, it's like sure, your argument would then say that Sword and Shield is going to take off, and it would obviously be more valued than Scarlet and Violet, but like that's not how it works. It's not always just about age. Like it's about
Yeah.
the chases in the set and the desirability of the cards and the nostalgia. And it's like there are so many strong sets in
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet, like that outweigh like a lot in Sword and Shield. Anyways, my
Yeah.
point is to bring this back to the printing thing. I think that I think that 2027 we could see things change a lot, just in terms of the complete market demand. Um, in fact, I think we will honestly.
Thank you. Okay.
But yeah, yeah. I
I just
mean,
think things are so out of control with no signs of slowing down. Like I just don't see. I mean, 2027 is only what 9 months away now, 10
yeah,
months away. So it just feels like that's so far away. I think it would. I think it'll take some drastic changes. It takes a lot of time to go from the printer to the to distribution to the shelves. It
yeah,
takes months and months and months. Now you're right though. If Pokemon comes out with a bunch of bad sets right in a row, then I can see where
yeah,
maybe there could be some demand that demand starts going down. But
yeah,
I don't think. But I think that there have been so many good sets that are still about a year old, too. Like I don't see those. I don't see demand for those going down anytime soon.
no,
Um,
yeah, that's true.
Destined Rivals isn't even a year old yet. This May it'll be a year old. And then Phantasmal Flames is probably a stronger set than we gave it credit for, particularly
Sure,
because of Mega Charizard.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, and now Ascended Heroes. I just don't see. I think those sets are going to continue going bananas unless Pokemon can figure out a way to meet demand somehow. Like if they say, hey, let's say Pokemon puts out a statement where they're like, hey, guys, we've realized that demand and supply and demand have gotten completely out of control. We're going to release 3 sets this year instead of 4.
oh,
Then I could see things change, right? Where they have a
oh
lot more
man,
time between sets to print more of
oh
the
man,
same
this
product.
is this
Now
is
if they did
fairy
that,
tale land.
right, exactly. Now if they did that, then I could see some change. But I just don't see. If they had the capacity to meet demand, they would have done it by now, right? I mean, they put out that first statement about Prismatic a year ago. You remember that?
Yeah,
That
no,
was a year ago.
yeah, they definitely don't have the capacity. They're nowhere near
Yeah,
close to it.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know.
yeah,
Um, but it's wild what we're seeing right now.
yeah. Now, the interesting thing you said about Scarlet and Violet boxes, they could surpass Sword and Shield. So, what's funny, and this is, 2028 and beyond, this is what some people are worried about. They're worried about Pokemon printing too much, right? Similar to what they did with Battle Styles, Vivid Voltage,
Yeah,
Shining Fates, right? The last time, you know, because again, Pokemon cards goes in cycles, right? The last time this sort of boom happened was, early on in the Sword and Shield era.
yeah, yep,
Well, demand got to the point where it had fallen so much that Pokemon actually printed less of the early Scarlet and Violet sets than they did of Sword
right,
and Shield.
right.
So I think that take from Nostalgianomics, I think that's gonna ring true. I really do. I mean,
Yeah,
is literally more product that was printed of Sword and Shield than the early Scarlet and Violet sets.
Yeah, and just like I mean, the new rarity of an illustration rare and a special illustration rare is
Yeah.
so impactful compared to what the alternate arts were for Sword and Shield era.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I don't know, man. The quality of the cards and the artwork, I think, is just so much
Yeah. I love that
better.
style. Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they top it, man. Like,
Yeah.
like are we just stuck with like, special illustration rares as the rarity for the next like 10, 15 years? I don't know.
No, they're gonna
I like
change
it.
it. They're gonna change it, and it's probably not gonna be as good. Again, I really do think we're in the golden era of Pokemon cards. I really
Oh
do.
man,
We
don't say that.
the artwork is in my opinion, the best it's ever been.
Yeah,
The
I
artwork on
agree.
these cards is my favorite from any other era of Pokemon cards, and there's not enough of them.
Yeah.
And there's never going to be enough of them because by the time Pokemon has the capacity to print more, these sets are going to be too old. Unless Pokemon does something unprecedented, right?
Right.
And I
Yeah.
guess you gotta leave that on the table. Like if Pokemon decides, hey, we're gonna go back 4 years and just reprint all these sets.
Oh,
Uh,
geez, no.
I don't think they
Yeah.
should. That's the mistake Yu-Gi-Oh made, right?
Yeah, they can't do that.
I think Pokemon should just be like, okay, that year is over. We're gonna make sure the sets going forward are there's plenty of them going forward.
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know, man. I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, same. Well, and with this being the sort of, in my opinion, the golden era Pokemon cards, I want both of us as stores, to take full advantage of it. You know,
Yeah.
um, so
Yeah.
I want this to propel us into, maybe not the Poke any levels of the world, but I want it to propel us to where we get distribution once demand
Yeah.
starts getting changed, and
Yeah, that'd be
where
sick.
distributors start opening their doors again to new clients. I think that's the end goal. You
That's
know,
the end goal, man.
that's the
Yeah.
end goal. Now, so with everything being so crazy, it kind of creates this double-edged sword for new stores, right?
Sure.
Because in the last year, there's probably been more new Pokemon card stores than ever, right? Would you say? Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Has to
probably
have
more
been.
new stores than there's ever been, right? So the competition is more fierce than it's ever been for
Yep.
views, for customers, everything, right? So, what would you say? Like, what would be the advice that you'd give to someone that says, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting a Pokemon card store." Um, would you discourage them right now? Like, would you kind of be like, okay, I mean, look, can you want, but like, here are like some of the things you're gonna have to be ready for. You're definitely not getting distribution anytime soon. You know, it's huge competition right now for views of videos. So yeah, I'll let you take it from there.
Thanks. Uh, I mean, it boils down to do you have what it takes?
Yeah.
Um, like an interesting thing that I've noticed lately is because I've been on YouTube and I've been posting videos on YouTube. I've been sort of watching the competition, and there's a lot of other small channels like similar size to us in terms of YouTube subscribers about making starting a business, starting a small Pokemon card shop. There's not a whole lot of them that are like doing it the way that we did it, where you make your own website, you build a brand. Like they're doing a lot of like TCG Player and eBay, um, a lot of live selling, from the get go.
Yeah.
Um, so like, I, I think those are good ways to start. Um,
Mhm.
like I truly do. Like I think getting a knack for inventory and, understanding the market and, realizing what you do or don't you should or should not be doing, you know,
Mhm.
dipping your toes into making content. Like, however, if you're looking to like start a business with your own website, your own brand, like holy moly, dude. Like
Mhm.
it's so hard. I mean, we've been doing this. I've been doing
Yeah.
this for like consistently for like a year almost.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for a year and no, almost 2 years.
Getting close to
Um,
2 years. Yeah. This
in
July
June,
will be 2 years.
July, yeah. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, we've been grinding, dude, and
Yeah.
we are seeing good success, but
Yeah.
like, we're not on the front page of Pokemon YouTube, like,
No, no. It was really hard to translate like the same success from YouTube or from
Oh
Instagram to
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah,
You know,
100%.
it's
But
and like 10 times harder.
10, yeah, 10, 100 times harder. I don't know. But
Yeah.
like, anyways, I think that if you want to do your own website and you want to do it the way that like you will, I think, reap the most reward, you're also gonna have to risk the most. Like there's
Yeah.
so much sacrifice that comes with it. Like, and we get into this in a little bit. It's like I realized that I was sacrificing too much, and I had to pull back on expanding into live selling. And I
Yeah.
really tried it for like a month and a half. Just realized
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Um, because there's so much more that needs to be done with my brand and my website and getting customers there than it is just, building up my live selling and live streaming. And so like, yeah, I mean, you can try it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's so much work. And like, you really just got to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
like when like I'm at the point where like I would be embarrassed to quit. Like, so like I'm in too deep. So like
Yeah.
that's a big motivator is like
Yeah.
I would be embarrassed. It would be cringe to stop doing this.
Yeah.
Um but like, oh man,
We
it's just
probably we've probably literally put in thousands, forget 100,
yeah.
thousands of hours into this now.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Multiple.
Like, yeah, like multiple thousands of hours into this now, each of us. Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy to think about?
Yeah, dude. Nuts.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned live selling, and this is super really interesting to talk about, right? Because this is an angle that I don't think is talked about enough. So for those watching and for those that are going to watch this later, Logan has something like 25,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he started live selling. Okay.
On Whatnot.
Now, on Whatnot, right. And when he started live selling, he was doing 3 streams a week for like, I don't know, a month straight, month and a half straight.
Yeah.
So Logan, if someone had told me that before I knew anything about the numbers or anything like that, I would say 25,000 followers. I mean, you're going to have a lot of those come over and watch you for sure. I mean, you're probably going to have 25,000, but I think at least 100 viewers a stream you're going to have watching you, right? I mean, that's a very small percentage of your follower count. That's not unheard of. I mean, people are following you to watch Pokemon, content. Whatnot is the flagship for live selling Pokemon cards. So I this is going to be really fun for viewers. Can you talk a little bit about Logan? How many hours you were putting into this, and how financially rewarding it was to live sell?
Yeah. I mean, I had fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time. There were a lot of people in the stream that ended up popping by and staying, over a lot of streams, and I super appreciate it. And honestly, like, I wish I had a way to like let them know that like I'm taking a step back.
Yeah.
Because I've had them message me like, "Hey, are you streaming? Like, did you stop streaming?" Anyways, it was just a lot. I was streaming 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 to 4 hours a stream, because that's what you're supposed to do. You know,
Right.
Whatnot is just another social media that has another algorithm that if you put work into the platform, it will reward you.
Yeah.
Um, and it did. Like, there were some streams where I got up to like 50 viewers at a time, which was awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of other times though, like towards, beginning of February when I was feeling burnt out, I was pushing streams back, like, I was not keeping up with product and inventory because I was doing other stuff with the business. Like, the streams would underperform. And, even the streams where I would have like 50 viewers and stream for 3-4 hours and get like $15 to $2,000 in sales, like I would still lose money on those streams. I think I
You gotta
streamed
keep in
probably.
mind, this is with Logan having, 25,000 followers on Instagram and
Yeah.
doing these streams and still losing money.
Yeah. So it was a lot of work for not a whole lot of reward. And at the end of the day, I felt like I should spend my time not doing that. I should spend my time not losing money. And, again, I had fun. I think that there is a place for live selling in a business.
Yeah.
However, you'll notice that the bigger businesses that are streaming all the time, it's like they have employees that stream for them. I just don't have the time to do it myself. I don't have the time to build up, continue. I think right now I have like 1,700 followers on Whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I don't have the time to build it up to a point where like, where I'm profiting.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So, long story short, I'm taking a step back from live selling. I think, I'll reserve maybe 1 or 2 streams a month, especially for times when like I want to move product, and kind of regain some capital.
Yeah.
But there's like I would much rather spend time growing my YouTube channel and growing, my audience of buyers, that way than,
Right.
put the time and effort into live selling, at least right now, where the business is.
Yeah. No, and I started trying to live sell as well, and it was super fun. But
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed to say this, and Logan, you and I've talked about this many times.
Hmm.
Um, we're in this to make money. It's we want to have
Crazy,
fun.
right?
Yeah, we want to have fun. Like we love the hobby. We both have loved Pokemon cards ever since we were a little kid. But at the end of the day, right, this is a business and we do have to make money.
Well, and that's
Um,
why we chose the business of Pokemon cards, because we enjoy it. But like we
right.
chose to start a business to make money doing what we like.
It's right. Exactly. At the end of the day, it is still business and you do have to make money just to keep the business alive, right? You have to make money. And yeah, ultimately, it was very hard to make money on Whatnot, I think, at the end of the day, right? I mean, you're putting in tons and tons of hours, um, and losing money is just not sustainable. And I use sort of Logan as a sort of measuring stick for,
Yeah.
okay, how many followers do you have to get to before you're starting to make money on Whatnot? Because it was kind of the same way for me. Most of my streams, I lost money, and I was okay with it. If Logan, once he got to 2,000 followers or 1,500 followers, he was starting to get enough viewers per stream where there was going to be enough bidders, and you start, and then finally you hit a point where you're making money. Well, when Logan and I were talking offline, I realized that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both kind of came to the same conclusion that it's just not worth the time and the effort. And keep in mind, you're streaming for 3 to 4 hours. You're talking throughout the whole stream.
Yeah.
You're trying to be entertaining. Like you
It's
can't just.
exhausting. It's
It's
fun,
exhausting.
but like
It's exhausting.
afterwards, Holy moly, you were tired.
You are tired, and after a 4-hour stream, you might have, you know,
Yeah.
over
Gosh.
100 orders
Yeah.
easily, over 100 orders. So then you have to pack and ship everything, and you have to make sure you pack it and ship it quickly because you don't want bad reviews either.
Yeah.
People saying you're shipping it, you're taking too long to ship it because you want to have good ratings on your whatnot, so people come in
Because
and
again,
bid.
it's an algorithm. You know,
Then
they have
again,
all
and the
these different
algorithm,
factors in that, we're going to promote those that hit all these factors. And if you,
right,
are dinged on a couple of them, you'll lose viewers.
right, yeah. So yeah, no, I think it was an interesting experience, but yeah, ultimately, I
Not
don't
for
think it
us
was
right
worth it
now.
anymore. Yeah, not right now. No.
Yeah. But speaking of business, how are things going on your end?
Business is good, man. I had a huge drop. Not
Yeah.
this past weekend, but the weekend before that, I had a huge drop. Most I've ever made in sales in a weekend by far. You know,
Incentive Heroes, right?
Ascended Heroes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was something like $14,000 to $15,000 in one
In
drop.
a single drop. Crazy.
A single drop, yeah. And then we're getting ready for another one. So we're gonna have another
Okay.
ascended drop. Probably not this weekend, but the weekend after. It's gonna be
Sick.
another big one. Um, now I recently went live with pre-orders for the new set Ninja Spinner, which we were
Yeah.
talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I have not sold that many boxes.
Yeah.
Um, Now, historically, in my store, we haven't done a whole lot of sales with Japanese cards, but usually, I'll get at least, 10 plus, at the very least, 10 plus pre-orders
Yeah.
of, Japanese booster box, new set, for Japanese, but not this time. So that is kind of interesting. How has Ninja Spinner performed on your site? Just curious.
Similarly, actually.
Okay.
So I opened up pre-orders a week before release. So I only opened them up on Friday. I want to say with like Nile Zero, I opened them up like 2 weeks in advance, maybe even 3. Um, I've sold 22 boxes, to be completely transparent.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I like nothing to be shy about. I think with Nile Zero though, I sold like almost 40.
Yeah.
Um, it's really weird because people don't like it. People didn't like that set. Didn't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't like it. Yeah.
and and for Mega Dream, I sold like I want to say like 60. Um,
Mhm.
so like this is definitely less. Um, now I won't ship them out until I won't ship out orders until Monday. So I guess there's still 3 days worth of pre-orders left, and I have a reel going up today with the secret rares, and I may boost it with some ads.
Mhm.
But yeah, things have been less for this set, which is interesting. I think it's weird. I don't know if you noticed this, but like the Japanese suppliers definitely like I don't think there was a whole lot of demand for it. Um, they usually when a Japanese supplier puts up pre-orders for a new set, they'll have like 4 or 5 different options. They'll have option
Mhm.
number 1, which is the most expensive, where they'll ship out the product just so that I can have them before release day in Japan.
Right.
So, like, if I paid the most expensive that I could for Nile Zero and it released on a Friday, I'd get them like Thursday, which I did in Nile Zero.
Yeah.
And
And it's
they do
usually
that.
way more expensive,
It's way
right?
more
Not
expensive.
a little bit more. It's way more
It's
expensive to
way
get
more
it.
expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
This time, they didn't even offer that with my suppliers.
Mhm.
The only options that I saw were for shipping on today, the 13th, Friday in Japan, or on Monday,
Mhm.
um, which means you'll get them Sunday or Monday or Wednesday. And so it's just like, my point is it's interesting because this set has come in a lot lower than past sets. So much so that like Japanese suppliers don't even think it's worth it to try and charge to try and secure that many early boxes for customers, because they're not willing to pay for that high of a premium compared to, you know, the boxes that they'll pay for, you know, 2 days later. I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see.
Any theories as to why that is? Like, I mean, if you compare Nihil Zero to Ninja Spinner, I'm taking Ninja Spinner all day. I mean, it's weird.
I think it's the current sentiment on the newer stuff. I think, the sentiment on Perfect Order is very low. You know, we could talk about the market swings of the booster boxes all we want, but I think generally speaking, people are not super stoked for the set. And with Nile Zero, I think, you know, we were still riding the wave of like, holy shit, Mega Dream was awesome. You know, Ascended Heroes is coming up too. Like, there's a lot of hype around, you know, Pokemon right now and what's new. Well, Nile Zero came out and it's like, oh, this wasn't that great. Okay. And then Ninja Spinner, like, again, we talked about it. Like, there's not a whole lot of nostalgia in it. I don't think Mega Greninja is a particularly cool new Mega. Like, I think it's Greninja flipped upside down. So it doesn't have like, you know, nostalgia plus coolness. It's just like interesting. And that's it. So I think Ninja Spinner is a better set than Nile Zero, but I think it's similar sentiment that like the new stuff right now just isn't what we've been seeing. It'll be really interesting to see, you know, how Abyss Eye and Storm Emeralda do for Japan.
Now, when is Storm Emeralda coming? We don't know. We don't know yet. Okay.
We don't know anything about the next. Actually, that's not true. We do.
It lost Abyss, right? As the
Abyss Eye. It's gonna be Mega Darkrai.
Mega Darkrai. Now, wasn't Absol headlining it?
No, so, well, you know, we don't actually know. Okay, yeah. So Abyss Eye will release on May 22nd, and Storm Emerald is going to release July 31st.
Oh, okay. July 30th.
Oh, so wow. Abyss Eye. Now, again, like, it's interesting, man. Like, I hate the Mega Darkrai design. I think it looks hideous.
Could have done better.
Not a whole lot of nostalgia there. You know, that could be 3 sets in a row of Japan that are not super duper hyped. You know, maybe Abyss Eye starts lower than 100 on release. And then it's like, okay, well, are we really about to hit, you know, are we really going to go from, hypothetically, like $95 a box on release for Abyss Eye up to like 120, 130 for Mega Rayquaza? I don't know. Like,
good.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Definitely good. It'll be interesting. We also have the Celebration set too.
Celebration set will be all bets are off. We'll see.
Yeah,
you know, that one could be nuts.
That one could be nuts. Yeah. Now, you and I briefly talked about, so if you go on TCG Player and you look at prices for the last Celebration set, they did not, like, even still, you know, they're not doing super hot. You know, I really hope Pokemon doesn't go down the path of, you know, reprinting the same cards and just putting like a stamp on it, you know, like a 30th Celebration stamp or something.
I hope so.
I hope they don't do that.
Now, I mean, I don't know if you saw, but in the 30th anniversary Pokemon Day Presents, they had they kind of teased Mew and Mewtwo. Any guesses on what that could be? New rarity?
Yeah, it could be. You know, I do think,
and these prices are bad.
What's that?
These prices for the Celebrations cards are bad.
They're terrible
product.
Yeah, it's all a steel product. But when you you have to go down okay, where is the highest value card? And it's really not that much. I think it's like $150, something like that. 170 bucks.
187 for the Charizard.
187 for the Charizard. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I do think that with every celebration set, Pokemon, their favorite thing to do is to throw in nostalgia. And what better way to do that than with Mewtwo and Mew?
Yeah.
So I think as long as long as Pokemon doesn't do what they did last time, I think it's going to be successful. Now, last thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Right. Now, last thing I want to talk to you about before we log off. So the Gen 10 starters were revealed a couple of weeks ago. I have to get your thoughts. What do you think of the starters? I know we don't know the evolutions of them yet, but just judging from the base starters, what are you thinking, man?
My initial reaction was the grass bird is really plain, not a whole lot going there.
Yeah.
The fire is cute, but I didn't feel super strongly about it. The water looked cool, but it also reminded me of a lot of other water starters.
Same.
However, what I will say, I don't know if you're on TikTok or anything, but the Brout, which is the grass starter, has been making its rounds with the memes. And I'm digging it. It's like this badass Angry Bird thing.
Okay.
And it's like this tiny angry thing. And it's that's kind of funny. I can kind of get behind that idea. But the other two, I still feel similarly. I don't feel super strongly about them. I don't know. We'll see. What about you?
See. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the Gekua, I think that's how you say it, which is the blue water Gekua Pokemon. I mean, I think that's got some potential, but yeah, I think it reminds me a lot of, of past, Pokemon. Like it's got some reminiscence of Froakie and Greninja. That line.
Yeah.
And then Pombon, I think it's cool. I don't like the name Pombon.
Pomeranian.
Yeah, Pomeranian. I hope I really gotta wait to see what the evolutions are. I think the green the bird Brout, is that what Brout, right?
Oh no, it is Brout.
Yeah. Brout, yeah. So I think that one's got the most potential of being cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
With the evolutions. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, because I think Pokemon kind of missed on the starters for Gen 9, they need a win with later sets, man. It can't always be all about the first 4, some argue first 5 gens.
I know. Yeah.
It's gonna start becoming a bigger deal. You gotta, these later generations. That's what the shows are all gonna be about.
The kids are gonna remember. Yeah.
That's what the kids are gonna grow up with. I think that's gonna start becoming a bigger deal. Pokemon doesn't start hitting on more of these. Well, and me and you messed around, right? We're using AI and stuff to kind of generate hey, what if it looked more like this? And wouldn't that be so much cooler?
Yeah.
So you got to start wondering sometimes, what is Pokemon doing? Do you ever get that feeling?
I mean, yes. I think the past 2 generation of games, which is kind of what I think it's not their bread and butter, but like that's the main thing. Like the video games, like at least were the thing that got a lot of attention to them, I think.
Yeah.
Um, the last two generations, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, they were not like they were received poorly
Yeah.
because it seemed like Game Freak, the game developer, didn't give a crap. You
Yeah.
know, you're just like slapping things on, and it looks like it looks terrible.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the, I mean, I think Game Freak and the development of Pokemon is like it's for the game, and I think, I mean, I think I'm hoping that with Winds and Waves, the video game taking longer, much longer than any past window that we've seen in a long time. Like, I hope that's just them like really taking it seriously. That like,
Yeah.
you know, because they got to make this one count.
Yeah.
And based off of the graphics that we saw, it's like I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. 2027, man.
Yeah, 2027, man. Yeah. And look, I could be wrong. Maybe because really the only thing that matters is like if the base Pokemon are kind of like they're okay, but nothing cool. But if the evolutions are super awesome, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All is forgiven. I can see some ways of making it look really cool, like the Pombon being like this fire lion
Yeah.
thing and so on. So, um, like you said, we'll wait and see, man. I'm excited for what's to come, but I'm just hoping that Pokemon hits, on these because, like I said, if it's gonna start becoming a bigger deal if they keep, with these misses. Like like you said, the last two gens, and then a lot of the latest megas that they've done have been poorly received, like the Dragonite. The Darkrai, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
The Pyroar could have been way better. The Meganium could have been better.
Yeah.
The Feraligatr, a lot of people didn't like. Feraligatr is another big fan favorite too, man.
I know.
A lot of people didn't like that. Now that I think they hit on a couple, right? I think I like the Embor personally, but
no.
I love it. It looks like a tank, man. I love his spear. So cool. But yeah, no, I'm excited for what's to come, man. And it's cool to kind of keep things in perspective. Again, I really think this is the golden era. Cards have never looked this cool. There's never been this much demand. And there's never been a shortage like this in Pokemon cards. So I'm trying to take full advantage of it.
I agree. So what's the outlook right now for the business within the next like 1-2 months? Are we just like all in on Ascended Heroes for your shop, or like what's the mindset right now?
Yeah, so there are things that are. I think there are things that are have a very high chance of doing well, even if it's a set that perhaps isn't as popular. ETBs, booster boxes, I think is what I'm going to focus the most on with Perfect Order and maybe even Ninja Spinner.
Yeah.
I may, end up also getting booster bundles with Ninja Spinner.
Yep.
I would have loved to there have been one more fan favorite to go along with Ninja Spinner.
I agree.
I feel like it's missing one, in my opinion.
Yep.
I still think it's going to do better than Perfect Order. It's just how much better is it going to be? And it's a small set, right?
It's very small.
Now, Phantasmal Flames can overcome that because it's Mega Charizard and probably the coolest artwork card of all time.
The heavy hitter is the heaviest hitter. But
can Ninja Spinner do that? I don't know. No. I mean, Greninja is a fan favorite, but it's not that much of a fan favorite.
No.
And now, luckily, too, though, during the next couple months, Ascended Heroes has the longest freaking staggered release of ever, where they have tons of different products that are releasing in the next couple months, like the premium poster collection and the pin collection and the booster bundles. So I can, focus on, getting that for sure over the next couple months.
Sure.
But Chaos Rising, which is the English equivalent, and Perfect Order, those are going to be tricky, man. Those are going to be really tricky for stores to navigate, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, man? What are some of your biggest goals these next couple months?
Um, I mean, I think content plays a lot of, a big role in, our shops. I think with short form Instagram posts, I want to hit a year. After a year, honestly, might take a step back, maybe shoot
Yeah,
for, 3 posts a week, 3 or 4 posts a week.
yeah.
And see, like, are things okay if I just post once a week? Like, do I maintain the, level of engagement with the shop that I'm seeing now? Um, I'd like to do more YouTube. Right now, I'm probably averaging, one and 2/5 uh, of a video a week.
Okay.
I'd like to try and hit 2 to 3.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that I can do that as, we hit May and I start to pull a little bit back on short form and, go more into long form. Um, I think other than that, I mean, yeah, keep doing what I'm doing. I think Japanese is, the bread and butter for me. But, I've been able to get some collections, and have
Oh
some
yeah.
English drops, which have been interesting.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna potentially get a pretty decent sized collection this weekend, um, which would allow me to have a pretty big drop by the end of the month. Um, so yeah, no, like on paper, we're on the come up. I think
Yeah.
December I did 5,000, 6,000 in sales. January I did 11,000 on Shopify. Um, Finished off February with just at 17,000 and looking good for March. So like, yeah, things are good.
Awesome.
It's a lot of work, but kind of like
Yeah.
what you said, I think we're in a golden age. We're in a, we're at a point where we have to take advantage of this opportunity that we have.
We do. Yeah. And
Um,
that's what I keep telling myself. And gotta take advantage of this because it may never. Yeah, I shouldn't say never, but we may not see anything like this again for
yeah,
years and years. Nothing like this.
I,
Eventually, it could get to a point where demand even outstrips what this new facility can print. Like, right,
yeah,
there's
well,
only so much they can print, right? Eventually, but I don't think that's going to happen. You know, anytime soon. From when the facility goes up and running until that happens, right?
yeah.
Um,
So
so
we'll see, but
yeah,
that's sort of what the next 2-3 months look like for Zippy's Card Corner.
yeah, awesome, man. Well, it's always cool talking with you, Logan. Man, I
I enjoy it. I
really
love it.
appreciate you jumping on, and I love these talks, man.
There's not many people that I can chat about it with. So I'm glad to be able to, do this. We'll do this more often.
Yeah, yeah,
We're not gonna we won't call it our podcast, but we should shoot
yeah,
to have something, once every, week or two.
yeah, yeah. No, I'd be down for that. So yeah, for those watching, please consider liking and subscribing, and also head over to Zippy's Card Corner. Drop him a like and subscribe.
Yep.
So with that, uh, let's sign off, and we'll catch you guys later.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, man.
All right,
See y'all.
see you guys.